Hello, I'm Pat Reeves. I work in the field of nutritional and functional medicine. I'm 76 now and 77 in a few months. I'm also a powerlifter. I've been doing a lot of world records for over 3 decades. After my first cancer diagnosis, I looked at ways that I could get fit. Had never done really any exercise at that age, which was 38 I think. So I joined a local gym, went there every day for a year, during which time I acquired my own equipment. I had a coach who coached me in bodybuilding. I competed at that, and then I found out he was a powerlifter. So obviously he wanted me to take that up. Initially I wouldn't say I fell in love with powerlifting. It was just another way of doing strength work. But I became quite fascinated with it, and the moment I started to compete in it and began winning everything, then I guess I fell more in love with it. I first began powerlifting doing local competitions. I was then taken on to the British squad. Did all the nationals, did the Europeans, did the Commonwealth, did the Worlds. So I was winning all of those. I was approximately 42 kilo at that point. My best lifts are squat was 87.5, bench was 55, and deadlift was 135. I'm breaking my own record since I'm the oldest person competing at the moment, and it feels great just to be able to carry on. The only downside is I'm only lifting a fraction of what I used to. For as long as I can pick the bar up for my minimum competitive entry that I have to do, I will stay powerlifting until I can't do that. After my first diagnosis, which was the brain tumour, when that had been deactivated, I had 10 good years before I was eventually diagnosed with osteosarcoma. That first tumour was in my knee, and it was put down to excessive running for quite a long time before they realised it was something a lot worse. The accident in 2018 occurred on a return trip from a clinic I was working at to Frankfurt Airport. There were many accidents on this road. This one was a high-speed overtaking situation, and the person was also high on cocaine. So that killed my driver and crushed me. It had a massive impact on my life and changed what I can do. I found breathing is quite difficult for me. I can no longer do stairs or slopes or even walk very far. So I had to cut my repetitions down. Now basically I only do single repetitions. If I was to do 2 or 3, I'd probably need oxygen to get over it. The first thing I did to assist my health after the cancer diagnosis was to look into nutrition, because that was the only thing they couldn't help me, so I had to help myself there. And I did 100% living foods for 5 years, which completely turned it around. And everybody wanted me to write a book, so I wrote A Living Miracle in 2008, and at that time I was teaching students living foods, but when I ran out of time for doing that, I put the whole ethos of living foods in my book, and everything I'd done, because it's not just diet, everything I'd done to control the cancer situation. Strangely enough, I've never been asked a question about whether powerlifting is just for young people or men. We have a massive amount of girls lifting in our association. We have so many now that we separate the national events so that they are women-only national events and men-only national events. So powerlifting is for everybody and at any age.